one of Hollywood's most private and beloved couples, might have just pulled off the ultimate secret. After over a year of engagement rumors, it is now being reported that Zendaya and Tom Holland are already officially married. And the confirmation didn't come from a leaked document or an invasive paparazzi photo, but directly from one of the most prominent figures in Zendaya's inner circle. The question isn't just when this highly anticipated wedding happened, but how two of the biggest stars on the planet managed to keep the entire world completely in the dark. The massive revelation dropped during a recent major red carpet event. While speaking with reporters, Zendaya's longtime stylist and close confidant Law Roach casually dropped a bombshell that sent the internet into an absolute frenzy. When asked about the couple's relationship status, Roach reportedly smiled and stated, "The wedding has already happened," adding a playful, "You missed it." When pressed by interviewers on whether he was being serious, he doubled down, laughing and confirming, "It's very true." Because Roach is essentially Zendaya's right hand when it comes to her public image and fashion, his words carry significant weight in the industry. So, how did we get from quiet engagement rumors to a completely secret wedding without the public catching on? To connect the dots, we have to look back at the timeline of the last 12 months. Speculation that the co-stars were taking the next step began in January of 2025, when Zendaya was spotted wearing a stunning diamond ring on her left hand during a major Hollywood awards ceremony. At the time, inside sources claimed that Holland had been wanting to propose for a while, reportedly telling friends he always knew she was the one. While the couple remained mostly silent, Holland himself accidentally, or perhaps intentionally, confirmed the engagement months later in September of 2025. During a public panel event, a reporter referenced Zendaya as his girlfriend. Without missing a beat, Holland smiled and gently corrected the reporter, simply saying, "Fiancé." But acknowledging an engagement is one thing. Pulling off a completely undetected, high-profile celebrity wedding in 2026 is almost impossible. So why did they go to such extreme lengths to hide it? The answer lies in the couple's deeply guarded history and their long, well-documented struggle with public intrusion. Since meeting on the set of Spider-Man: Homecoming back in 2016, they maintained a strictly platonic public front. Behind the scenes, sources indicated they were quietly dating and taking private vacations, bonding over their shared ambition and similar sense of humor. They successfully kept their romance completely off the radar until 2021, when paparazzi captured them sharing a private moment in a car. That specific breach of privacy deeply affected how they chose to operate moving forward. Holland later opened up in interviews about the downside of massive fame, explaining that privacy was no longer in their control. He expressed frustration that a moment meant for two people who love each other was suddenly shared with the entire world without their consent. This lack of control over their own narrative directly shaped how they decided to handle the most important milestone of their lives. Zendaya has shared similar sentiments over the years, noting that loving someone is a sacred thing that should be experienced and enjoyed strictly between the two people involved. However, as time went on, she also realized that completely hiding from the world wasn't a sustainable way to live. She famously stated, "I can't not be a person and live my life and love the person I love. You can't hide. That's not fun either." Her ultimate goal, she explained, was about protecting her peace and letting things be her own, but also not being afraid to simply exist. By allegedly getting married in total secrecy, Zendaya and Tom Holland managed to do exactly that. They protected their peace, secured their sacred moment away from the flashing cameras, and are now allowing the news to filter out on their own terms, through trusted friends. This incredibly private approach to marriage is becoming a new standard for young A-listers who are tired of the constant media circus. By locking down their inner circle and refusing to play the traditional celebrity PR game, Zendaya and Tom have proved that it is still possible to keep your private life truly private, even when you are at the peak of global fame. But they aren't the only ones taking extreme measures to hide their personal milestones from the press.